Hey guys, so today's video is going to be kind of like a reflection type video for 2016. As it is New Year's Eve right now, that means that tomorrow it is going to be the dawn of a new year and it's going to be 2017. So I watched Brittany Lee Saunders' video earlier today or last night, I don't know, but I watched it, the one that was titled What Are You, and it was basically her just like reflecting on 2016 and all the things that she's achieved, all the things that have gone on, was like turned her into a better person, all this and that, and she was going through the months talking about all the different things that had happened, and I thought it was a really good idea for a video to kind of like reflect back on what 2016 has taught me, has given me, hasn't given me, all stuff like that. So I am going to do like a kind of like brief recap of all the months, because obviously this was the first year that I started my YouTube channel, so you've only really seen from like April onwards, and obviously some of you haven't seen them because obviously it's a bit of flipping some of you are new subscribers, so I'll try not to ramble on too much about each individual month. But if I do, then I do apologise right now. And I just want to point another thing out. If my inner corners look like they're blinding you, it's because they probably are. I had such a like mess up with my lashes that there's like glue on my eyes. When I put highlighter on, it's stuck to it, so it's just bright as the stars. You can probably see me from space, but nonetheless. So if you are interested in seeing my 2016 recap year and all the stuff that has gone on, then please just keep on watching. Okay, so obviously the start of every year is January. So reflecting back on this January then, not a lot happened, to be perfectly honest with you. Just work and kind of going out with the girls, stuff like that. All the New Year's resolutions that I told myself I would start, I didn't start. But there we are. So January and February were quite quiet in that aspect. The only thing I can say that was amazing in February was the fact that I got to throw one of my best friends a baby shower. She was due in March, so we threw her a baby shower in February. So I was in charge of like the decorations and like the cake, and it was all really cute and baby-like. But that was probably the only thing that exciting happened in February apart from general day-to-day life. So moving on to March. March was actually the month that I had my operation on my left ear. I'll insert some pictures now, so look away if you are squeamish because it is quite minging. But yeah, for most of my life I have had a perforated eardrum in the left ear. So this year I underwent an operation to have that closed, well, repaired really, because the hole in my eardrum was that like significant that it would never heal on its own, so they had to remove the rest of the eardrum and basically like build a new one. It's all quite gruesome. Perhaps I'll like do a story time on it. I don't know, let me know if you want me to do a story time on my gruesome ear op. But yeah, that was at the start of March. I had that done, and then throughout March there was nothing else going on really apart from the middle of March when I had my braces removed. So back about 2.5 years ago I paid to have braces put on my teeth because I wasn't happy with the way that they looked. Obviously, why else would you have braces? And I had them on for a total of 16 months, and then in March, I think the 16th of March this year was the day that I finally had them removed. So that was like an amazing part of my year, because obviously now I have, well, I think I have nice teeth, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm quite happy with the way that they turned out. But that was a major thing of that month for me, because it meant that I had a lot more confidence in the way that I looked, in everything else as well. That was just a big kind of, before I had the brace on, it was a big step back because I didn't like the way my teeth were. So by having these braces on, it kind of transformed my smile, and I am thoroughly over the moon with how my teeth look now. So that was a major stepping point for me in the month of March. So moving on to April. April was in fact the month that I started my YouTube channel. My first ever video, when I look back at it to like put a clip in this video, it was just cringe. Like a cringe factor of like 10, if not like 20. It was horrendous. I didn't know what I was doing. I just kind of like set a camera up went for it and all stuff like that. But yeah, this was the month. April was the month that I started my YouTube channel, and obviously we have grown since then. We are now up to 407 subscribers, I think, which, like I always say, it doesn't seem a lot to a lot of people, but it is a lot to me. The fact that I have all you guys subscribed to my channel and people regularly commenting and watching my videos means a lot. So I finally plucked up the courage in April this year to sit down and record a video and roll with it and edit it and put it up there, and I was so scared of like any backlash that I was going to get from like people who know me in my like community and stuff. But if I'm perfectly honest, the support has been tremendous. Well, unless they say it behind my back, I don't know, but nobody has said anything negative to my face regarding my YouTube channel and the fact that I sit in front of a camera and record stuff for you. But yeah, that was a huge thing that I've been wanting to do for so long. But if I'm perfectly honest, I think the reason I didn't start it any sooner was because of the fact that I didn't like my teeth, and then I had braces on and I didn't really like my teeth with them on and all stuff like that. So I think that when they come off back in March, April was the perfect month for me to start this. And I'm so glad that I did, because I absolutely love doing YouTube videos. It is literally one of my passions. I absolutely love sitting down, talking to a camera, talking about stuff, makeup, everything, wherever, and I just really enjoy it. So another great thing that happened to me in April was the fact that I had the chance to be birthing partner to my best friend Hannah. She actually went into labour on the 1st of April 2016, and I was lucky enough that she asked me to be her birthing partner along with her sister. So I cannot physically even begin to tell you how amazing yet terrifying an actual birth is when you are on the outside. Like, I can imagine it being painful and everything for the woman who's giving birth, but to be an outsider watching and like trying to like, you know, spur the woman who's giving birth on, it was unbelievable. I can't fully put into words what experience it was, because obviously it's not my business. I don't really want to like go into detail, but there were a few like little complications along the way during like labour and delivery that really scared me. And I mean, thankfully everything was fine in the end. It worked out. The baby was healthy, Hannah was healthy, everything was amazing, and he is now a bubbly, gorgeous, handsome, bouncing 9-month-old baby. When people say it's like the miracle of life, it is a miracle. Like, it is a miracle how the human body works and how a woman can push a baby out of that part. But nonetheless, unless it all goes completely smoothly, it was quite a scary experience as well. But I'm so glad that I had the chance. I'm so honoured that she asked me to be her birthing partner. It was something that obviously I never thought that I would ever do. But it was an amazing experience, and I was so glad that I was there to witness baby Dre coming into the world. And he is an amazing baby. He is so happy. He's starting to learn to crawl. He makes all these like cute noises, like his personality's coming through, and I'm absolutely in love with him. He is the most handsome baby I think I've ever seen. He is beautiful. So that was definitely again another highlight for the month of April, and probably a highlight for the year of 2016, because that is something that I will never forget, and that I will always be thankful for Hannah for letting me be a part of that experience. So next up we have the month of May. So May was an amazing month for me. It was actually the month that I won the Welsh Nail Technician of the Year award at the Welsh Hair and Beauty Awards. I think it was like this time last year, or like January time this year, that I had put myself forward, and I had put a link out onto my social media for all of my friends and my family and my clients to nominate me if they wanted to, and they had to give a few reasons why they think I deserved it and all stuff like that. And then I had a phone call to say that I was shortlisted into the final 7. in my category. There was 7 of us, and then I had to send off like bits of my work and like customer reviews, all this and all that. So I did all of that, and then the awards evening was on the 15th of May, I think, down in Cardiff. But yeah, I won, and I was like, still can't believe it now, to be perfectly honest with you. I was given a lovely glass award that now holds its proud place in my salon, and business has been booming from that as well. I've had a lot of new clients come into me via the fact that obviously I won this award. I was so grateful and surprised that I won. There was a lot of amazing talent in my category, as with any other category that was in the awards as well, but I was so genuinely thankful to everybody that I won, and they think that my work is an award-winning work. I don't know, but nonetheless, May was by far one of the best months of this year. So moving on to June. June, 2 things happened. Obviously, I went on holiday with my family to Turkey. It was our first family holiday for about, I want to say, 6 years, I think, that we'd all gone together, and we went to Turkey for a week, and we took my nephew. It was his first holiday abroad as well, and that was amazing to just spend some quality time with my family in a beautiful hot country. I love Turkey. I would move to Turkey. I just think it's a beautiful place. But yeah, that was the main highlight of June. And I also went to see Beyonce in June. She was phenomenal. There's clearly a good reason why she's called Queen Bee, because she is queen of everything. She was amazing. So next up we have July, and July I went to Magaluf for a hen weekend for my previous boss's hen, because she was getting married. So I went to Magaluf for a long weekend with her, her 2 employees and a bunch of her friends, whom obviously I know because I used to work with her. So we went for a long weekend, and it was phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't go back. Magaluf is a bit too much of a party place for me, but nonetheless, I had a really good time, created some amazing memories, done things that I probably wouldn't have done on a normal holiday. And yeah, overall just had a really good weekend. It was fantastic to be away with a completely different bunch of girls, as well as obviously to my friends, completely different bunch of girls, and it was just brilliant. It was such a good weekend. So now we come to August. August was the month that we went to V-Fest. So I went to V-Festival in the UK with a bunch of my friends. I'd been previously. This was actually my second time going, but it was most of the girls that I went with, it was mostly their first time going, so they didn't really know what to expect. I knew what to expect. I loved my first V-Fest weekend back 2 years ago. It was amazing, and I see some fantastic artists, and this year didn't disappoint either. It was brilliant. I had such an amazing laugh with the girls, and we've seen artists such as Sia, Little Mix, Rihanna, watched a little bit of Justin Bieber. I didn't personally think he was up to much in V-Fest, just saying, it wasn't my cup of tea. Who else did we see? Bastille, they were amazing. I can't really remember all of them, to be perfectly honest, but we've seen a bunch of great artists, and it was a really good atmosphere, a really good time with the girls, had such a laugh. So that was the highlight of my month for August. Then we have September. So September was actually the month that I went on another hen weekend for one of my friends' hen weekend. She's actually getting married in Mexico next April. I'm going there as well, so I cannot wait for that. But we went down to Hereford, and we went on a glamping weekend. So it was basically in these wigwam pods things, and it was a beautiful place. There was like 2 major campsites in there with all these wigwams, and you had like a little like hectagon teepee hut thing that had like barbecue inside. You had a big like dining hall, I want to say, that was just for us, that we kept obviously all our food and drink in. You had a big logs around a campfire, and it was just amazing. We done activities such as paintballing. We also done a assault course that was hysterical. I've never laughed so much in my life, and we was literally outside in the pissing down rain, because of course this is the UK and it rains all the time, and it rained the whole time we were doing these activities on a Saturday, and it was such a laugh. I personally have always been petrified to go paintballing, but we used the little paintballs and not the big paintballs, and we was all dressed in these like cameo, like not cameo, it was like a khaki green bloody boiler suits, and running around in the pissing down rain with these goggles on, paintballing each other, and then doing an assault course, which was hysterical. But that again was one of the best weekends of the year. It was brilliant. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I loved every minute of it. The bride-to-be loved every minute of it, the bridesmaids, the whole family, everybody involved that went absolutely loved it, and it was definitely one of these weekends that I can't wait to do again because it was so unbelievably good. And now we have, what are we on now? October. So not a lot went on in October, apart from like obviously Halloween, and I was quite chuffed with Halloween actually, and October itself, because I kind of pushed myself to not out of my comfort zone, because I'm quite creative, but I pushed myself to create the Halloween tutorials that I did create. I worked really hard on them, editing them and filming them, doing the makeup. I worked really hard doing that, and I was so pleased with how they come out and the response that I had to do with my Halloween tutorials as well. And next year I'm actually planning on doing the complete like 31 days of Halloween type series, but I'm not promising anything. It just depends how well time goes and stuff like that. But October was one of these months that I really pushed myself, and I was really proud of everything that I put out content wise onto my YouTube channel and onto my Instagram, because I had such a positive response, and yeah, it kind of just, you know, made me feel good, to be perfectly honest with you. So for the month of November, not much happened. It was a quiet month with work, well, until the end of November then. It was a quiet month with work. I think my lash is coming off. These lashes are pissing me off today. But not a lot happened with November really. Oh, me and Talia booked Paris, so we was planning a lot for that. And then obviously after November comes December, and December was the month that I turned 25, the month that I went to Paris with my best friend and had an amazing time. It was literally the best holiday ever. It was so much fun. We had such a laugh. Obviously you can see if you've watched the vlogs, because we did vlog it. If you haven't watched the vlogs, I will link them in the description box below or somewhere on the screen right now, so you can go and click them and check them out if you haven't seen them. But we had an amazing time. It was an amazing weekend away. And then obviously you have Christmas and New Year's. So it is New Year's Eve right now that I'm filming this, so this is probably why this video is going up late. Later on in the evening. But Christmas again was an amazing time. I had a lovely day with my family. Obviously, as you can tell by my voice, I'm still a bit sick, because obviously I was sick from Christmas Day onwards, which is why there hasn't been no makeup tutorials up, by the way, because today is basically the only day that my nose has stopped running a little bit. But yeah, that's the reason why there have been no makeup tutorials. But Christmas was such an amazing time. I got to spend loads of quality time with my family, obviously open loads of presents and give presents out, which is my favourite part of Christmas. I love seeing people open presents. It is the best thing in the world to me. And then obviously it is New Year's, so it's the time that you reflect on all of the year that has just gone and plan for the year ahead, which is what I'm going to be doing later tonight, I think. Planning out and making all of my New Year's resolutions and making sure that I stick to them. So yeah guys, that has basically been my year in a nutshell. I didn't want to ramble on too much about each individual month, because we'd be here for a while, because you all know how much I like to ramble on. But yeah, that is basically it. This year has been an amazing year for me personally. Like for myself, I've achieved things I didn't think I was going to achieve. I've obviously seen things that I didn't think I was ever going to experience, and I've been to places with loads of amazing people and had the times of my life, and I've created so many memories that will stick with me forever, and it's just been one of these years that I can honestly look back and say I don't regret that I loved every single minute about 2016, and I will be sad to see it go because it was such a positive year for myself, but I am so excited to see what 2017 has to offer. I have a lot of things that I want to do, a lot of goals that I want to reach, and I'm excited to see how it flows and what happens and how I grow as a person. So just want to wish you all a happy new year, guys. I hope you have an amazing night wherever you are doing, whether you will be spending it with friends, family, loved ones, whether you'll be spending it sat in your living room watching the telly, watching Big Ben on the countdown if you're from the UK, or partying up on the beach in Australia, or out getting pissed with your friends around town, or at New Year's Eve party. I hope you have an amazing New Year's, and I will see you in 2017. Bye guys.